Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new installment of AV Veterans Talk. I'm your host, Bob Alvis, and this week we're speaking with Jasen Watts, an Iraqi war veteran, Purple Heart recipient, and resident of the Antelope Valley. So, the injuries that you received there, they're pulling you on the stretchers. I've seen pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Who's taking pictures? It was always interested me. I go, how did they end up taking pictures?
It was my team leader. He came around and he was taking photos of the Humvee, and we're waiting for the helicopter to pick me up. And he goes, "Hey, I'm taking pictures. Do you want your picture taken, or do you mind if I take pictures?" And I was still trying to piece everything together in my head of what happened. So I said, "Yeah, please take photos." And so those are the photos he took. And then about a few months after that, my first sergeant had copies, so he gave those to me.
Wow. The other guys in your Humvee, how'd they fare?
Pretty good. My front passenger just had a laceration to his hand and a concussion. The two guys that were sitting in the rear passenger seats, just bumps, bruises, mild concussions. And then my gunner, who was standing up on the machine gun, he actually, I guess, got ejected out of the gunner's hatch when the bomb went off, and we kind of laugh about it now because he's doing good. As the vehicles behind us said, they saw the blast and they saw him shoot right up in the air and come twirling down. But
wow.
Concussion. He broke his right leg also, mm-hmm. But he's up, walking, and doing great.
Doing great. Wow, real blessing that you guys all came out there. Obviously, there's a lot of those incidences that don't turn out
not as good as ours.
Not as good as yours do there. So they stretch you out. Did they give you morphine?
They did, and I always joke I never even felt it kick in. Between being in shock and just the adrenaline pumping, never even felt it.
Wow. So they load you on a chopper,
mm-hmm.
fly you back. Probably how long is that flight?
That was 10-15 minutes at most.
Minutes. So they roll you into a medical
mm-hmm.
compound.
CASH, Combat Army Surgical Hospital.
Right, and those guys are pretty pro.
Great guys, and women also. I mean, At this point, so we deployed with attached to the 3rd ID, mm-hmm. and this is OIF 3. So 3rd ID, this was their second deployment because they were there for the invasion.
Right.
So that's where I felt pretty lucky because they already had a lot of combat experience and also combat medicine experience.
Yeah.
So a lot of the medics and the doctors and nurses working on me, they'd been doing this not only the 9 months we'd been there, but a year prior during the invasion.
Yeah. And once again, especially getting back, there's no shock value to these guys and stuff. It's just another day at the office.
Oh, yeah. To them, that's work. That's normal.
And, of course, that gives you a calming effect.
Oh, yeah. When they're calm, you're calm. And
and things like that. So they stabilized you.
Stabilized my legs, yeah.
Got it all and stuff. And so did they actually do the surgery with the pins over there? Or
no, what they did is they put external fixation in because mm-hmm. they don't like to open you up unless it's life or limb threatening, just because of the dirt, the parasites, things like that, the bacteria over there. So basically what they did is they went in there, just cut some holes in my legs, put rods that screwed straight into the legs, and then I had these kind of like sticks sticking out of me. It's almost the same system when people break their neck, they do like the halo system. Mm-hmm. So I had that just to stabilize the bones, and then they flew me up to northern Iraq to Balad, and that's where they normally put you on an actual transport plane to get you to Germany. Right. And when I was in Balad, the doctors discovered I had compartment syndrome in both calves. So what happens from the trauma, my legs were swelling to the point where the skin was about ready to tear. Okay. And I don't remember seeing them, but I guess they were pretty big.
Yeah.
So rushed me into surgery, and they did what's called a fasciotomy. So on the outside of both calves, they made an incision from above the ankle to below the knee to allow the fluid to drain and the skin to kind of relax.
Right.
And so they did that, and then bandaged me up, and then the next day flew me to Longstuhl, Germany for follow-up care.
So in Germany was when the major surgery took place?
Yeah, that's when I went in there. They took the X-fixes out and actually put rods down the center of my right femur and left tibia, and started closing up the fasciotomy sites.
Right. And how long were you over there in Germany?
From what I remember, just over a week. It was kind of a blur because it was like every other day going into surgery, because once they initially put the rods in, I would go into surgery every other day, and what they would do is they would open up all the incision sites again and start scrubbing and cleaning it out, trying to get all that dirt and stuff from Iraq out of there, because it was embedded in my skin. My hands were black, my face was black from the blast, so most of the surgeries were just wound care.
Yeah, wow. Mm-hmm. So, and then came the time, it just flew you back to the United States?
Flew me back to the United States. From Germany, went to Walter Reed for one night. I wasn't in the main hospital. I was in like an annex, so kind of like a trailer just for overnight. And then from there, threw me back on a plane to Fort Bliss, Texas, where we mobilized out of. And then was at Fort Bliss for about a month there. It was just continuing to work on my wound care. My right leg, where they did the fasciotomy, my leg had swollen so much, and after they did the fasciotomy, they couldn't get it to close. And I remember having stitches in me. They were like mini ropes, almost like shoelaces they used, and they stitched me up like a shoe basically. And they would take me into surgery and kind of try to get them, like pull them like you were lacing up a shoe to get that skin to close, and just wouldn't. Wow. So then they did a skin graft. They took skin from my leg and then got it to close.
Wow.
Yeah, then while I was there, just laid around, continuing to heal, and then finally got sent home on convalescent leave.
Right.
Where I could just lay in bed and heal.
There you go. So, all right. Well, we'll take another break here, and then we'll talk about that the journey after that, which was cantankerous at best.
Oh yeah.
Stuff, So we'll chat about that.